Well, thanks for joining me, guys. It's good to see you again. We're going to be opening up the Bible, pulling some truth out of it and for everyday life. And here's what we got for you today. We're going to be in the book of Matthew. This is one of the stories about what happened to Jesus. So let's take a look at it. Matthew chapter 9, verse 18. As Jesus was saying this, the leader of a synagogue came and knelt down before him. "My daughter has just died," he said, "but you can bring her back to life again if you just come and lay your hand on her." So Jesus and his disciples got up and went with him. Just then, a woman who had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding came up behind him. She touched the fringe of his robe, for she thought, "If I can just touch his robe, I will be healed." Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, "Daughter, be encouraged. Your faith has made you well." And the woman was healed at that moment. When Jesus arrived at the official's home, he saw the noisy crowd and heard the funeral music. "Get out," he told them. "The girl isn't dead. She's only asleep." But the crowd laughed at him. After the crowd was put outside, however, Jesus went in and took the girl by her hand, and she stood up. The report of this miracle swept through the entire countryside. So guys, we got two stories inside this one passage. We got two people who came to Jesus for miracles. First guy was a synagogue official, so he had the respect of the community. He was there at the temple. It was his job to be a good Jew and to be able to be clean and be able to offer service there. And that was his life. He was, if it were in today's terms, he would be a pastor. Maybe the senior pastor, maybe an associate pastor, but whatever. The point is that he's there, and he's supposed to be there, and he's supposed to be a good person in order to be able to take care of God's house. The other lady, we don't really know the content of her character, whether she was a good person or not, but I can tell you this much. With 12 years of bleeding, not only did she obviously have a physical problem that needed to be taken care of, but the point is that as far as the ritual law was concerned, she was unclean, and she was constantly unclean. She shouldn't have been in town. She shouldn't have been around people like that. And so for her to jump into that crowd was an act of courage. And really, in a sense, almost an act of rebellion. Because if someone recognized her or knew what her condition was, they could have raised Cain and just made things difficult for her. But the point is that both these people, both the religious official and the lady with the bleeding problem, both came to Jesus, and they both needed a miracle, and they both had the only acceptable currency that God deals in. So often when we come to God, we offer God, "Okay, God, if you'll do this for me, I'll give you this. If you'll give me my, if this girl will marry me, I will promise I will serve you forever," or whatever. We make these deals with God. At least we try to anyway. That's pretty natural. We see that all the time on TV. We do it instinctively. But I'm just going to tell you that, guys, that's not the currency that God deals in. He doesn't accept that. He hears your offer of a deal, and he's like, "Pass." But here's what I am here to tell you. The currency that he deals in is faith. It's the only thing he accepts from us. It's the only thing that he wants from us. Faith. Are we going to trust him? The official had heard enough about Jesus' miracles to where he trusted and was desperate enough. And sometimes, let's face it, that's the circumstance it takes for us to trust God. But he trusted. The lady just thought, "Man, if I can just touch his clothes, I'll be healed." That's faith. That was her faith in him. And he just turned around and blessed her for it, healed her, and said, "Be encouraged." Well, guys, when you come to God, the only thing you're going to have that's acceptable is your faith. Do you believe him? Do you trust him? When he says he's going to do something, do you actually believe he's going to do it? I mean, really believe it. Do you start changing your plans to accommodate for what God said is going to happen? Faith. It's the only thing he asks from us. It's the only thing he will take from us. So, let's give it. I love you guys. I hope this helps your day go well. And I will see you next time. Bye.